Hey, everyone. Hey. It is your girl, Precious Williams. You already know. It's your girl, Precious Williams. And welcome back to another exciting edition of Keeping It Real with the Killer Pitchmaster Show. So proud to host this show. We've been doing this, 2 years now? And I'm so excited that you all are here. I'm excited that we're going to talk about this great topic. Hashtag True T, the high cost of evolution in your business and in your life. Now, y'all know the Keep It Real with the Killer Pitchmaster Show is all about everything that deals with pitching, marketing, branding, and sales. As a 13-time national elevator pitch champion, top Fortune 100 corporate sales trainer, and best-selling author, I don't just talk about things. I actually walk it. And so, if you're a speaker, a coach, a consultant, this is for you. If you want to know how to gain visibility, if you want to know how to bait, attract, and close with these, you've come to the right place. And so, as we get started, I want to share with you why this topic means so much to me. So, if you've ever found yourself in a situation where you're hearing a lot of no's, people are saying that your dreams are too big, you don't look, sound, and act like the successful people that they know, you should give up on your business because it didn't sell $1 million in an hour, or you're not an influencer, or nobody knows your name. How would anybody buy from you? This is for you. This message, this particular episode is for you. We're getting down to the end of the year. We're towards the end of the fourth quarter. We're getting towards the end of the fourth quarter. And you may be feeling like, why is this happening? Why are things not moving the way they normally are? Or you're just new to it and you've bought a bill of goods from people telling you that, oh, they sold out so fast. Why isn't yours? Or you're looking around your apartment or your room and you're like, why doesn't my story match that what I see on social media? I want to share this because it's very important. Many of you already know that I'm from the inner city of St. Louis, Missouri. I was not pegged to be the superstar. In fact, I was the one who was forgotten about, beat up, kicked to the curb, and told I would never make it because I was just too chocolate. I didn't have the looks, my voice, all sorts of things. And I had heard that mostly all my life until I decided to say yes to myself. When I started my first company, Curvy Girls Lingerie, everyone said there's no way you can compete against Victoria's Secret. There's no way that anybody's ever going to invest in you. You're an attorney in the great state of New York. That's already hard enough. Why would you ever start a business? You don't know how to sew. You don't know how to draw. You don't know how to run a business. All you know how to do is kill it in the courtroom. This is for you. When I was in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, at the Ignite Women's Conference, was it 2 weeks ago with this queen who had been kidnapped at 14 years old. She was the morning keynote. I followed after her, so it was an afternoon keynote. And I thought about how many no's I heard until I finally said yes to myself. When I said yes to myself, I refused to listen to people who had never been in the trenches. I refused to listen to people who had never done the things I wanted to do, or even if they tried and failed, that was not my story. So if y'all with it, let's get with it today. Maurice, I'm so glad that you're here. Let's get it popping. So to go back to what I was talking about, the thing I really want you all to know is that there is a high cost to evolution. So last year, I knew that everyone knowing me as a killer pitch master, that was great. It was wonderful. But there also was going to come a time where I wanted people to see me as beyond the killer pitch master. I've been a communication skills expert since I was a teenager, and I've been speaking that long. But in order for me to get taken seriously, when I became when I became the killer pitch master, when I won 13 national competitions against Ivy League grad school tech companies, international companies, beating people I wasn't supposed to beat because I'm from the hood of St. Louis, didn't have any connections. I just knew what I was doing. It was great because I was my niche. And even when they told me I was too fat, too black, no Ivy League degree, I said, that don't mean nothing to me. When I get on that stage, you're going to understand who Precious Williams is. You're going to understand that my company solves a real problem, a challenge, and a need for the over 40 million women, size 14 or larger, in the United States, just like me. And we all want pretty underwear. But no one cared about plus size women. You know who they were going to care about? A full figure diva and a plus size fashionista. You see, they told me I'd never be on Shark Tank. I was on Shark Tank season 8 in 2016 and murdered the game. 7 of my clients were fully funded on Shark Tank. But remember when people told me I didn't have the look, sound, talent? Well, they didn't know I would be in movies and documentaries. They didn't know I would teach at Columbia University's business school and law school. They didn't know I'd teach at Harvard. They didn't know I'd teach at prestigious or historically black institutions, primarily white institutions. Listen, I said yes to myself. I may not have had the looks, the connections, and all of that, but I knew I had something that the media had never seen before. A black woman who could do it in business, not entertainment and not sports. I could do it. I chose pitching, or rather, pitching chose me when no one wanted to invest who I knew. So I went to the media thinking, oh, there's no way this will work, and it worked. So my first pitch got me on national television. When I was on Your Business with JJ Ramberg, February 9th, 2012, I smoked it, and walked over $500,000 in 54 seconds. So for some of you who do not know who I am and you're here at the Killer Pitchmaster show, I need y'all to know my background so you know that I'm going to tell you is for play. It's for real. And so as we begin, I want to share with you what evolution looks like. Last year, my Heavenly Father dialed into me that it was time to change the narrative on who I am to people. Because if all they think I can do is pitching, elevator, media, investing, investor, sales, speaking, interview pitching, 6 forms of pitching I'm gifted in, have testimonials and all of them from the biggest companies in the world, LinkedIn, Google, Microsoft, Federal Reserve Bank, colleges, universities, associations, nonprofits, top foundations. They didn't hire me because I was black. They hired me because I'm the best in the world at what I do. But it was time to change the narrative. And I had to be willing to do that. And it was scary. So we went from Perfect Pitches by Precious to the Perfect Pitch Group. It also required me to look around at my life and see where else did I need to evolve. And I realized that one of the places I most needed to evolve was in my living situation. In the people that I had around me. I don't have bad people around me. But sometimes as you're evolving, people don't understand because they weren't called to your purpose. So when I said that I'm going back into the legal field to train and to teach the next generation of attorneys, to bring entrepreneurship as a way to them so that they don't get to the 4th, 5th, 6th year as an associate and know they're about to walk out that door because they do great work, but they do not know how to gain clientele, how to build lucrative relationships, the things that I wasn't taught as an attorney, the things I learned in entrepreneurship, how to do business development the right way, how to build your sales funnels, how to do all of those things that wasn't taught back then. And it's not taught today. And so when I wrote my 5th book, Rainmaking 101 from day one, that was a challenge. Would people respect me? I'm a former attorney. Can I go back into the legal field? And you know what? I could. My 5th book is outsold my four preceding that. I'm welcome back into the legal community from my law school on up. But what did it cost me? Let me tell you about the high cost because I want y'all to hear me about what it really takes. One of the costs, and so here are the top 5 costs, and I'm gonna go over them, but I want y'all to hear me. Number 1 is the high cost is the weight of others' expectations. Number 2, the weight of going against being nice rather than being respected. Number 3, serving truth versus PR or lip service. Number 4, hearing no and understanding that means next opportunity. Ariana Grande, thank you. Next. And number 5, just because it's tough times does not mean you need to give up. In fact, you go harder because there's probably something that's missing that you're not seeing right now. Maybe your audience has changed. Maybe what you're offering is for a higher level or for something else. And so, what I really want you to do is I'm going to go through them, and I really want to hear your thoughts on these. And because this is an abbreviated episode, I want you to hear me, and I want y'all to feel me. So, number 1, let's go over the weight of others' expectations. Deciding to start a business, to grow and expand your business, you're going to make decisions that seem unpopular to family, friends, and others, but is necessary for you to grow. So choosing to move in a way that others cannot understand is okay. Making a choice that they may never have had or may not have ever taken out of fear, that's not your problem, that's theirs. Your evolution is not their evolution. Your evolution is listening to that higher power that tells you it's time. It's time to go after that big fish instead of the smaller fishes. Or maybe you forgot that you have smaller fish that want you too. Can you create products for them? Can you create services for them? But for the big fish, how do you get them to see you as a big player? What I did was start with pitching, and they told me I was too fat, too black, and didn't have an Ivy League degree. But you know what I did have? 13 national titles. I had Shark Tank on my side. I had been in movies and documentaries, the things they said I couldn't do when I was a little girl. I get to do. I live in New York City, not where I'm from. I have a college degree in English. I have a law degree. You know, I worked at Sullivan and Cromwell. I clerked for a federal judge in the Southern District. They don't hand those out. But do you know what I have in my arsenal? Communication skills. I have the ability to pitch no matter what. Roll out of bed, 3 o'clock in the morning. You say, you want to battle me? Meet me in a dark alley and let's see. Let's see. You throw a pitch out there. You throw out an idea. Watch me go. I'm not someone who listens to pitches. That's not all I do. I've been in your shoes. I know what it's like to fight, to have to be a shark, to have to go out there and improve who you are each and every day. Some say my skin color, my gender will hold me back. No, no, no. That's not what holds me back. What held me back is thinking that I was not as great as others because I didn't come from certain backgrounds. That was a lie. I'm a hashtag creative outsider. And as a creative outsider, I don't know the rules. So I'm not bound by them. I'm going to come with a totally different scenario. The first time I was ever presented with being in a movie, I didn't know how to make an audition. Nobody told me. And so I did something that was out of box and I got the role. How many of us can say we filmed in Milan, Italy, New York, and in the hills of Malibu in their first movie? I can say that. Number 2, the weight of going up against being nice rather than being respected. Sure, all of us want to be liked. But let me tell you what happens when you're liked. You won't say no. You won't establish boundaries. You won't assert power. There will be many people who will just say, oh, she'll say yes to anything. I mean, no, I won't. I'd rather be respected. And as long as it took me to get my English degree, my law degree, to become an attorney, to become an international professional speaker, a top Fortune 100 corporate sales trainer, a 5-time #1 best-selling author. I wrote 5 books in 5 years and had 3 billboards in Times Square. My first book is Bad Bitches and Power Pitches for women entrepreneurs and speakers only. My last book is Rainmaker 101 from day one. They all said it would never work until they saw me reviewed in Forbes magazine. I'd rather be respected because I have the credentials. I didn't just wake up one day and say I'm the killer pitch master. Robert Townsend and MC Light gave me that title when I won the Black Enterprise 2013 Black Enterprise National Pitch Competition. They called me the killer pitch master. I don't go on stage to play. I go to slay. And I'd much rather be respected. My no has to mean no. My yes has to mean yes. I don't say yes to most things anymore like I did when I started. Does it ruffle feathers? Yes. But let me tell you something. I will be respected. The same way people look at people who look nothing like me that will say no. You can't ask Mark Zuckerberg. You can't ask Sarah Bakley. You can't ask Oprah to say yes to anything because they don't have to. So start carrying yourself like that. You do not have to say yes to everything. Even from the greats, if it does not serve, it's not a win-win. So I'd much rather be respected than liked. Accepting every free exposure opportunity just because it's not going to serve you. You run a business, not a nonprofit, not a charity, and you must be respected. And so as I'm going over these, let me know which ones are really affecting you. Hey, Kelly, checking in from Detroit here. Tell them what's up. Girl, you know I'm telling them what's up. So thank you for being here too. So I hope you got number 1 and number 2. And just so you all know, let me share this with you. On November 15th, we're doing the LinkedIn Live audio. Yeah, so scroll across the screen. I want you to go under LinkedIn audio under events and click and RSVP to our free LinkedIn Live audio event. You know what the topic is going to be? Is pitching dead? For real or for play? Now, y'all know me as a killer pitch master. You might think you know what I'm going to say. But my good queen friend and pitch master and MC extraordinary Quinn Conyers and I are gonna have a live debate, and we want y'all to come in here and we want y'all to go ham and cheese, peanut butter and jelly with us. Is pitching dead? Has it changed forms? Is the definition of pitching or what people think pitching is, does that really move anymore? Is it dead, or is it pitching dead for real or for play? And just because you think you know what we might say, I'm here to challenge your assumption. I'm here to challenge your assumption. There's more to pitching than you know, but it doesn't mean that for some people they think it's dead, but they don't understand the depth and breadth. So come in ready to debate. Come in and give us your ideas, your thoughts, your opinions. It's a LinkedIn Live event, and we want you there. So go under events. You can go under Precious L. Williams, Killer Pitchmaster, RSVP for that event. We want to see y'all in the spot. And we want y'all to go ham and cheese November 15th, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Come through. Holla at your girls. Quinn Conyers and I are going to serve it up, and we're going to dish it out. Can y'all handle it? Can y'all handle the heat? Come through. So again, as we get back to today's episode, hashtag True T, the high cost of evolution in business and life. Let's go on to some others. Number 3, serving truth versus PR or lip service. We often hear people say, know your worth, know your worth, know your worth. But what happens when you assert your worth? I will tell you, things change. It's lip service. When people just say, know your worth, when you start to assert your worth, watch how people change. They're good with you asserting your worth to others, but never to them. So when I say to you, when people come to me and say, hey, we'd love for you to speak, da, 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 we don't have a budget, we da, 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 that is not my problem. And I want you to hear why I'm saying that. I run a business just like all of the people that are talked about in the news, business news, on the daily. They cannot, you can't, IOU them. It's one thing to know your worth, but you have to assert it. And so there is a fee to have me speak. And the second thing is it's my choice whether to accept or not your terms. So we can make this a win-win and see how we can work together. But to assume that you could ask me and I'm going to say yes just because is wrong. So this is what I mean by serving up truth. It's one thing to know your worth, but when you assert it, these are my fees. This is my rate. This is what my expectations are. And it's up to me to decide if that's what you're offering, whether to accept or not. As a business owner, as a woman, as a person of color, as all these other things, I have to assert my worth. When I walk into the room, people recognize my energy and my power. I'm 5'9". I am a full-figured diva and a plus-size fashionista. And whereas most people say, oh, 44, she's too old. Oh, too black, or all that kind of thing. I want y'all to understand those are ways to try to knock me down. But I stand in my power because I know who I am. I know my power and I know my worth. If I say no, it's no. It doesn't matter who you send my way. It's no. That must be respected. Whether you like it or not, that's on you. But the thing about choice is that I don't have to accept your terms. And I want you to think about that regarding who comes into your life. I didn't say this is just business. I said this is life. If people are coming in there telling you what their boundaries are or what they like or what they don't, I want you to assert what yours are. If someone's upsetting you, if someone's telling you you're not worthy, if someone's making you feel less than, exit stage left immediately. You can talk about it, but if things do not change, exit. That's how you assert your worth. You will not be played with. You will be respected. I don't care about being liked. I really don't. Liked will have you in a category of she'll do anything. We ask of her. We don't have to give her anything. And this goes for men. This goes for women. This goes for those who are non-binary. Know your worth, but you have to assert it. It goes back to dream big, but you have to ask bigger of everyone, including yourself. So don't talk about you in business, but you're not running a business. Number 4, as I said, when I was at the Myrtle Beach Chamber of Commerce's Ignite Women's Conference, and as I was walking into the room. This is before the speakers, before anybody got there. I'm looking around this room at the convention center. And I remember when people told me no. I remember when people said no one's ever going to listen to you. I remember when said you would never be on TV. I remember when they said no one would ever buy my books. I remember all the no's. And I was going to tell these women how to turn those no's into thank you next opportunity. But until I said yes to myself and I made a line in the sand of what I was going to accept and what I wasn't, that was the game changer. I said yes to myself. Did that make it easy? No. But I was not going to accept their no's and give up. There was a whole audience, there was a whole world out there who had never heard of Precious Williams. And pitching was my gateway into it. When family and friends said no to my first company, the media amplified my voice to the very women it was meant to touch. Plus size women, full figure divas, plus size fashionistas. And then when I appeared on Shark Tank season 8 in 2016, and I sliced and diced, when I had the shark saying, watching you is like watching a master at their craft, I could have cried. Because when's the last time you ever heard them say that to somebody? When's the last time you ever heard somebody battle back with the sharks? As a champion, I've been through every question you could ask me. As an investor, you could ever ask me. I've won competitions where I won the People's Choice and the investment. What? I know how to play to different audiences. But if I never heard no from my family and friends, if I never heard no from men who never liked me, never wanted to deal with me, if I never heard no from my parents, I was never rejected by my own parents, I was never rejected by some people in my community, I would not be here today. I had to say yes to myself. I had to believe the vision that God placed in my head and in my heart when I was 5 years old. When he told me I would be on television, when he told me I'd have billboards in Times Square, when he told me I'd write that great American novel, I did it. And you can too. So I want you all to truly know how much of an honor it is to share those with you. Are those high costs? Yes, because you have to choose you over everybody else. You have to choose educating a whole community and audience. You have to do all of that. And I want you to know that it is possible. And here's another thing I want you all to truly understand our new website. I told you we went from Perfect Pitches by Precious to now being the Perfect Pitch Group. I am the founder and CEO of the Perfect Pitch Group. And I want you all to check out some of the things we have. We are part of the Tory Burch Foundation gift guide. Yes, I'm in the Tory Burch Foundation gift guide. And I have the Slay All competition bundle. And that's at the bottom of the screen. And if you don't have these links, I can put them in the chat afterwards. But I want you all to know, yes, I'm in a Tory Burch gift guide, and I have the Slay All competition bundle where you have your choices of books and my mugs. I have the Pitch Please, and I have the other mugs that I have. And I also want you to take advantage of that. I want you all to go into the end of this year and into the beginning of next year knowing you're evolving. And as we start with new year, new you, what if you're just evolving? There's nothing wrong with evolving too. And finally, for those who really want to get a taste of the Killer Pitch Master, you want to get a taste of how I put pitches together, how I still create killer pitches for my clients, whether that's the sales teams of top companies, foundations, nonprofits, associations. Check out my Ultimate Pitch Bundle video training series. And you can go to this website, perfectpitchgroup.com/ultimate pitch bundle. You have over 4 hours of training. You have bonuses. Oh yeah, we're about to go ham and cheese on y'all. And so if you do nothing else today, go to the Perfect Pitch Group, go to perfectpitchgroup.com and sign up for our newsletter. And you're going to get all of this anyway. I just want to let y'all know. And so I'd like to end, honestly, with my last tip when the high cost of evolution in your business and your life. Just because it's tough times doesn't mean that you give up. This is for you and this is for me. All of us who've been in business a number of years, decades, have had times where business is slow. Inflation is weighing heavy. The pandemic came out of nowhere, and you don't know what to do. I want to encourage you that tough times don't last, tough people do. When I look on social media, it makes it seem like everybody's popping all day, every day. Every launch is crazy good. That's not even 90% of people. It's not. You might be saying, "Oh well, maybe there's more to their story than you know. Maybe their ads worked the fifth go round. Maybe they built an audience that buys everything that they do. But usually, these success stories might be 10 to 15 years into being an overnight success. And that's what you're missing. I'm not saying that young people can't have a lot of success. Of course they can. But if you've been in business for a decade or more, maybe even 5 years or more, depending on what's been happening, you know that none of this is promised. And you have to stay in front of people. You have to keep putting yourself out there. You have to make sure your audience knows you and sees you. Every post is not about them buying something from you. What value are you putting out in the marketplace? Has your audience changed? Better yet, have you changed? Has your offerings, do you need to step your offerings up? Do you have less people? Do you need to have just one or two products or services that are really your money makers? Go back and go through the data and see which ones are really working, and maybe focus on those instead of being spread too thin. At the end of the day, don't fight with yourself and call yourself dumb or stupid. I've never seen a perfect company. I've never seen a perfect person in my life. A lot of us have failed our way to success. A lot of us have heard no's. And in the end, that's what made us stronger. That's what made our businesses stronger because we went the hell and back to get here. And when I say I love you all, I do. If you learned something from this particular episode, I know it's abbreviated, but I want you to know why the Keeping It Real with the Killer Pitchmaster show is transcending. I'm literally growing right before your eyes. I'm literally evolving right before your eyes. I'm moving in more ways than you think. I'm letting go of people, places, and things that do not serve me or my audience. And I'm also learning the true value of rest. I don't have to be anywhere right now. There are a lot of great events, but right now, in the space and place of my life, rest is essential. Working with my clients right now is essential. And taking time to replenish is what's important to me. Networking is so important, but also realize if you're depleted, if there's something more pressing that you need to be focused on in your personal life, you are so worth it. And you need to honor yourself by taking the time and the rest that it takes to show up fully for your clients and your customers and your prospects. When I tell you it's been an honor being with you all today, I mean that from the bottom of my heart. Remember, here's the hashtag true T, the high cost of evolution in your business and your life. Number one is the weight of others' expectations. When you choose to move in a way that they don't understand, that's okay. It's your evolution, not theirs. Number two, the weight of going against being nice rather than being respected. I choose being respected over being nice any day. When you're respected, they know how to come at you. They know your power. They know that you value them and you value them. You don't play with their time. Number three, serving truth versus PR or lip service. Nothing I do is performative. I'm serving up real truth. You see me at events. You see me behind the scenes. You see my clients doing these things. You see them winning competitions. This is not fluff. This is not BS. You deserve people who are serving up truth and showing you the truth of what it takes to get here. Number four, hearing no and not being discouraged. Knowing that it's like Ariana Grande. Thank you. Next opportunity. And number five, just because it's tough times doesn't mean that you don't come tougher. Maybe that requires rest, replenishment, dealing with what's in front of you, and working with those who are working with you. You don't have to be everywhere, you don't have to be at every event. And maybe as you grow, scarcity makes you want it so much more. So are those the high is are those high costs? Of course they are. Because so many of us want to be loved and liked without ever considering how does that convert to the bottom line? And are you speaking to the right audience? Do you have the right customers? Do you have the right clientele? Are you in evolution? And evolution requires a sacrifice, and sometimes that is letting go of the very things that brought you comfort to go to the next phase of your life. Tiffany, exactly. No chasing, attracting, and taking time to recharge. You better go, Queen Tiffany. And then Tiffany said, hashtag true tea. So thank you all for showing up today. If there's any of these things that really resonated with you, please let me know in the comments. And for those, my new website, our new website is www.perfectpitchgroup.com. You can go to that site today, sign up for our newsletter. And also, on November 15th, 2023 at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Quinn Conyers and I are doing a LinkedIn Live called Is Pitching Dead? For real or for play? I want you all to come in and challenge those assumptions. Is pitching dead? Or has it changed? Or is the what we think of pitching not really what it is? Is it Shark Tank? Is it more? Come with us and come debate us because we want to know what you're thinking. We want to know if you even understand how I can truly transform your business and your life, or if the definition has changed. For those of you who may be new to the Keeping It Real with the Killer Pitchmaster show, being a 13-time national pitch champion, being a top Fortune 100 corporate sales trainer, being a five-time number one best-selling author of business books on pitching and now rainmaking. If you wanted to know how to start creating a killer pitch that slays all competition, check out my Ultimate Pitch Bundle. It's a video training series, over 4 hours of content, bonuses, and there's some things that you like, what? I didn't know that was going to come with it. Don't worry, the Perfect Pitch Academy is coming up. So those links are below. And finally, I'm so proud to be a part of the Tory Burch Foundation's gift guide, where you can get my books and my merch all at that one link in the Tory Burch Foundation gift guide. Yes, I'm a Tory Burch Foundation. I won a grant from the crew, Tory Burch and Fearless Fund. And as a part of that grant, we're part of Tory Burch. We're part of the crew and we're part of Fearless Fund. So thank you all so very much. I can let you all know, I can all put the links in the chat. But most importantly, thank you for coming back to another exciting edition of the Keeping It Real with the Killer Pitchmaster show. I am your host, Precious L. Williams, Killer Pitchmaster, aka the Pitch Queen, aka the Ultimate Rainmaker. And I'm gonna check out this last comment. Alfreda, this is good. Thank you, Queen. And you all, if you want to invite people to watch this episode, let them know. I do not get at them. I do not spam them. I don't do anything. But this particular episode, if you keep hearing no, if you keep thinking, wondering what's happening, I want you not to give up, but I want you to listen to the high cost of evolution in your business and in your life. There's some things that are going to fall away. There's certain patterns and behaviors and mindsets that have to fall away. You have to choose you. You have to choose your clientele. You have to choose your customers overall. You're not for everybody. Be respected. Go where you're celebrated and not tolerated. And also, as you're evolving, what around you should be evolving? Should your living situation be evolving? Should your love relationships be evolving? Should your relationships with others be evolving? Should your path be evolving? Should you be hanging with different people? Should you be around different people who can elevate you and challenge you and push you? I really mean that. And again, thank you so much, Maurice. Take care and thank you. You've all been so wonderful. Again, I thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. Again, this is Precious Williams, And thank you for coming and again to the Keeping It Real with the Killer Pitchmaster Show. Title today's episode, hashtag True T, the high cost of evolution in your business and life. And trust me, it's worth it. Evolve. That's why I'm walking into 2023. The evolution of Precious, the evolution of Perfect Pitches by Precious, to the Perfect Pitch Group, the evolution of recognizing that relationships that were cool before are no longer cool and walking away. No hate, no bitterness. To my next beautiful now, and to your next beautiful now. This is me signing off from beautiful Brooklyn, New York. Take care, everybody. Mwah.